As some of you may know, during the closing statements in Minamata last October, we proudly announced our pilot project called the Technical Assistance Program, the TAP Workshop, which we held in Rio de Janeiro. The success of this project has prompted IAOMT to hold 3 more TAPs during the first 2 weeks of November here in Brasília, Rio de Janeiro, and São Paulo. These workshops consist of 2 days of lectures that cover how to safely transition countries out of the use of mercury by educating healthcare professionals, environmentalists, government officials, and civil society about decay prevention, safe mercury removal procedures, placement of non-mercury alternatives, and proper disposal of mercury waste from the dental offices. Brazil was chosen for this pilot project because Brazil has more dental schools and has more dentists graduating annually than any other country other than India. The world is watching Brazil with the World Cup just passing, the upcoming Olympic Games, and the recent movement on the Big Four BRICS. But for the IAOMT, we recognize and are honored to be working with the forefather of mercury-free dentistry, Dr. Olimpio Faisal Pinto from Rio de Janeiro. He has worked tirelessly for more than a half a century on this global problem. Dr. Olimpio is also a recent recipient of the IAOMT Lifetime Achievement Award. With the IAOMT's ever-present global support to assist all countries to eliminate the use of mercury in the dental sector, we wanted to share some international updates. A recent report from the European Union on the Minamata Convention states that following a business-as-usual scenario would be in conflict with the European Union Community Strategy on mercury and the already agreed intentions of the European Union to ratify the Minamata Convention. If a more effective and speedy measure for reduction of releases and adverse effects from dental amalgam is desired, a European Union-wide ban on dental amalgam with exemptions for specified demanding filling situations would achieve that. This opinion goes beyond the obligations of the Minamata Convention. The report also states a banning of dental mercury as a benefit. That would be since dental amalgam is the key source of direct consumer exposure to metallic mercury, and eliminating this exposure may lead to reduced health effects from this exposure. The report shows that 90 to 110 tons of mercury a year will be eliminated from circulation in the European Union with associated release reductions. All mercury not recovered or ending up in municipal solid waste is indicated as other disposal. This means including releases to the sewer system, emissions from cremations, releases from fillings during use, and losses directly to the environment with broken fillings and unrecovered teeth. While not directly estimated, the releases from this sector may be considerable. The African nations are also addressing dental mercury as a high priority problem, with a recent online published in allafrica.com that stated, the phase down of dental amalgam is now on high priority of the government of Nigeria. Since the country is a signatory to the Minamata Convention on Mercury, and a phase down of dental amalgam is a provision in the convention. Experts say managing amalgam waste with separators alone is not sufficient to address the whole range of mercury releases from the dental amalgam life cycle. As a result, most dental mercury goes into the environment. Dental mercury enters the environment through many unsafe pathways and pollutes the environment. In adults, mercury poisoning can be adversely affect fertility and blood pressure regulation and can cause memory loss, tremors, vision loss, and numbness of the fingers and toes. A growing body of evidence suggests that mercury, too, may also lead to heart diseases. Nigeria joins the cohort of African countries who are already working to eliminate this toxic medical device or are about to. Gambia, Central Africa, Cameroon, Gabon, Zambia, South Sudan, Uganda, Madagascar, and others. That's what cut short the rumors that amalgam remains an irreplaceable product for poor countries and poor of our developed countries. This type of social injustice attitude is no longer being accepted, and developing countries, countries in transition, and countries with emerging economies are now taking the lead on not just a phase down on mercury in dentistry, but banning its use and taking a proactive stand instead of a weaker option for their countries. Brazil's fast and serious commitment to the treaty is shown by the actions that this country is taking by working to eliminate the use of mercury in dentistry. In fact, on June 27, 2007, the Environmental Minister of Brazil, Marina Silva, proposed through Motion 85 the creation and implementation of a national policy only addressing mercury in products and processes. A World Health Organization reports warns of mercury. It may cause harmful effects to the nervous, digestive, respiratory, immune systems, and to the kidneys, besides causing lung damage and other major adverse health effects from mercury exposure. Recent studies suggest that mercury may have no threshold below which some adverse effects do not occur. In a paper just published in Science Direct, cluster analysis suggested some genes interacting in common processes to affect mercury neurotoxicity. These observations should suggest increased susceptibility to the adverse neurobehavioral effects of mercury among children, particularly boys with genetic variants that are relatively common to the general human population. These findings advance public health goals to identify factors underlying susceptibility to mercury toxicity and may contribute to strategies for preventing adverse health risks associated with mercury exposure. This vitally new, relevant research should provoke immediate action to stop the use of mercury immediately for everyone, or at least anyone under 25 years old, due to the development of the brain and the long-lasting health impact of mercury toxicity. The IAOT wishes to invite everyone to attend the upcoming TAPS this November so that all members of GRULAC can join Brazil in the elimination of mercury in dentistry, not only for the privileged portions of their societies, but for everyone. Thank you for your attention. I just wanted to make another note because I forgot to put it in. We have an online library now that has access to hundreds of scientific papers at iaomt.org. And we also have brochures for the TAP in English and in Spanish. Okay? And Portuguese, of course. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anita, for this global